Welcome to this tutorial on how to use the ISTAFFROTA app. The ISTAFFROTA app can be downloaded from the stores by searching ISTAFFROTA on either the Play Store or the App Store. This app is an essential tool to report care in real time. You are watching this tutorial to learn how to use the app to report care. Once you have downloaded the app, you can log in, using the credentials you would have received by mail. The same credentials gets you access to the desktop version. You can select the Keep Me Logged In option if you are planning to stay logged on for a short while. Do not stay otherwise logged on if not using the app, to avoid any data breach. If you forget your password, do not try it more than 3 times, for fear of being locked. Use the Forgot Password link to reset. When accessing the app for the first time, accept all defaults. You need to allow notifications for the app on your phone settings. Also allow location, which is required for clock-in.
Once installed, the app can be used as a digital ID, as the front page shows the face ID of the employee, their full name, and the company they work for. The app gives you a user-friendly interface familiar to mobile phone users.
Open shifts are published by the manager when no one has been assigned. Select to view the list. A list of open shifts will be available for the user to review the details. Click to open. Then click on Accept to be booked for work if available for work at the time indicated on the shift detail page. Do not pick a shift you are not certain to fulfill. Again, read the warning before your confirmation. Otherwise, dismiss and go back to the list. The user must select Booked Shifts to see all shifts assigned to them. Then, select the client name to start executing the shift. But remember that any dates with a red circle means there is at least one shift to be executed on that date. The address and key safe information can be found at the top of this view. There are 2 ways to clock in on the app. The green button enables users to clock in by scanning a QR code. You need to allow the picture and video function for the app, in order to be able to scan the QR code. When prompted, scan the code to clock in. It is a similar process for clocking out also. The other way to clock in is via the purple button that uses location technology. There are controls to ensure that clocking is only done at the required location. A range adjustment to calibrate to GPS positioning may be required for certain location. Once clocked in, the details of the shift can be accessed by their individual icons. That follows a color coding convention, starting with the shift detail page. Complete the tasks before clocking out. And if you do by mistake, read the warning carefully before progressing. Then a page containing additional instructions for the shift. On this page, users can also see who is booked with them on the viewed shift.
Then, the care plan document page, for staff to get familiar with the client's care requirements.
The light blue area shows documents for mandatory reading, published by the manager, for example, the handover notes. These are visit notes entered by staff for the last 5 days, to be read prior to delivering care. You can scroll down to see more documents. To execute the routine tasks related to the shift, the user must select the calendar icon, then open the tasks list from the relevant timeframe. Click on the eye icon to expand. There are 2 ways to complete the routine tasks. To complete each task individually, select the option to the right of the screen. The user must now read, then execute each task, and mark them completed by selecting the relevant action. The routine tasks are set to enable carers to execute the care plan in detail. The user must now read and execute each task, and when complete, by selecting the appropriate action before saving. Adding a comment to each task is not mandatory, unless advised by the manager. Adding a note to the task can be done by selecting the pencil icon. And when you are done, save. To mark a medication task complete, read the required instruction to execute, then select the appropriate action. Finally, add a signature, by selecting the pencil. If 2 people need to sign on the same device, there is enough space for 2 signatures. Save when done. Prior to completing a medication task, you may want to specify the administration data and time by selecting this option. Then add the date and time. This step is not mandatory. The administration time will default to the shift completion time, if not specified. The second way to complete tasks is to complete all tasks at once. You can do this by selecting the plus icon on the left. Then select the type of submission. You can choose to submit all tasks at once, or split them into medication tasks and routine duties. The next steps are to select the routine or medication status to apply to all tasks. Then select the execution time for each group of tasks individually, if doing both. Adding notes is not mandatory, but you must add a signature for medication, then save. Always read all warnings before confirming. If using the When Required functionality, select the When Required section to execute medication under that section. This section is mostly used for ad hoc medication such as PRN. Use the down arrow to collapse the list of medication. Once the list of tasks displays, complete is normal. Please note that the When Required section is meant to list medication that can be taken as required.
The dark green icon opens a page that allows staff to record visit notes. They can either type or record via speech-to-text technology. The user must select a mood before adding the note. Companies may use this mood as an indication of the mental health assessment at the time of writing the note.
To report incident or accident at work, select the brown icon and fill in the short form. The manager will receive instant notification of this report. Select the plus icon to open the body map on the body map page.
You can use the front and back buttons to flip the body map, then select the area of concern. Then type in the issue manually, then submit.
The next icon along the page is for activity risk. You are able to record any new activity risks while at work. Enter the required info, then save.
Staff are also able to record care observations by selecting the flower icon. Then select the plus sign to add a new observation. Observations categories are added by the manager. Select the date of the observation. Then select the time. Then fill in the required information, then save. Ensure that the comments entered are relevant to the type of observation made.
The app also contains an ad hoc mileage reporting functionality. This option allows to record all mileage covered outside the normal shift times, such as taking a client shopping. This service is powered by Google Maps. All you need to do is start typing both departure and destination address, and select from the list provided. You can also use the app to record ad hoc expenses, such as shopping for the client with your own funds. Select Expense. Then complete the form then take a picture of your receipt, then add and submit. When you are done with reporting care for the shift, clock out. As you clock out, a status of tasks and medication completed will show on your screen. Please verify you have completed all required tasks and added the appropriate notes, as instructed by your manager. Note that the status shows by time frame, and you should verify only for the time frames you are involved in. Shifts that have been clocked out automatically move to the Done Shift section. From this page, staff can continue to add notes to the shifts, until it has been approved by the manager. Once you have selected Done Shifts, open, by selecting Client. As you can see, the same options from the Booked Shifts are available in the Done Shift section. You can continue to add notes. And if required by your manager, scroll to the end to find the signature strip. This page should be presented to the client or supervisor for a digital signature. Only use this option if advised by your office manager. Going back to the main page, there are other functions available. For instance, adding availability and time off. And from the time off page, select the plus icon to request a new time off or add availability.
Fill in the form, then submit to your manager. Use the same process to enter your availability. Let's now go back to the main menu page. A secured chat service is available for your operation. The user must select Chat to send a secured message to their manager in relation to their work. Then write an internal message to your manager and send.
Up to this point, we have covered the main functions for delivery care by staff. Manager can continue to watch the tutorial from this point on. On the ISTAFFROTA app, there are additional monitoring functionality for the manager. These are found on the yellow strip at the bottom of the screen that contains special functions for the manager. Select the green icon to have an overview of planned shifts. The default view is the current date, but the manager can select any date from the top sliding date bar, to display shifts of that date. Notice that the manager's pages have a yellow background. From here the manager can assign or reassign, by clicking on the staff image. The manager can also verify the clock in and out times for their staff. Notice that there is a calendar icon that enables the manager to jump to a date. Select to open a calendar view. Similar to other screens, the red circle around a date means that there are shifts on that date.
The manager also has the ability to start a shift of any of their staff in case they are not able to clock in. They simply need to click on Clock In.
Select Yes to clock staff in.
Furthermore, the manager has the ability to view all aspects of care delivery executed for each shift, by selecting any of the action icons on this page. This includes reading the visit notes that staff are adding in real time.
Again, from the yellow strip, the manager can select this option to create shifts. Then select a name. Select a location. Default means that the default address on the system will be used for the shift address. Then select a role. Select the shift type as the next step. Then fill in the shift details including the break time. Some of information is pre-populated based on settings. At this stage you can assign a staff, or you can skip to have the chance to publish the shift to your community of users. On the following page, you can either create an unassigned shift, or publish the shift. Additional functionalities are available for the admin person at the bottom of the home page. One such functionality is the diary notes entry. Going back on the menu page, additional functionalities are available for the admin person. One such functionality is the diary notes entry. General notes can be entered for either clients or staff in these areas. Or use the microphone icon to record slowly with your voice.
This is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.